You've likely seen it when you buy something online. There's an option to buy it now, but pay it later, or even cut up the cost into installments. It's becoming more widespread, with a Bankrate survey finding 39% of U.S. adults say they've used at least one of these services, but 56% said they've experienced at least one problem with it. Joining us now to discuss those and how to avoid them is Ted Rossman, Senior Industry Analyst at Bankrate.com. Ted, thank you so much for joining us. Let's start with those problems people say they've experienced. What issues did they run into?
The biggest is overspending, and I think we can see how this happens, whether it's an impulse buy because you saw this integrated into the checkout flow of an e-commerce merchant, or maybe you just kind of tricked yourself into thinking like, oh, it's not a $200 purchase anymore. It's just 4 easy payments of $50. I mean, no shame. That happens to a lot of people. So we've got overspending, number one. Paying late is number two. I think it can be easy to lose sight of these payments sometimes, especially when they're due every other week. Auto payments could be a good fix there. And then we also see people having problems with returns and other disputes.
What is the main reason people are turning to buy now, pay later services?
People really like the ability to spread out their cash flow. And I think this has been especially relevant in this era of high inflation and high interest rates. I think it's really something that people are gravitating to as kind of a budgeting tool, that maybe they think it feels more responsible than taking on credit card debt. It might be more responsible, but it depends how you use it.
Speaking of credit, most buy now, pay later lenders do a soft credit check to see who's eligible. What exactly is that, and how is it different from your traditional credit check?
Buy now, pay later providers are not overly selective about credit. So that is one of the reasons why a lot of young people in particular who may not have a great credit score, they may not have a credit score at all, they're drawn to this service. I say for better or for worse, because, yes, it's easier to get and most payments are not reported. So even if you pay late, most of the time that's not going to ding your credit. But using this responsibly doesn't usually help build credit either. That's starting to change. Apple has started reporting their buy now, pay later plans to Experian, although it's not actually getting counted in the credit score just yet, but they're kind of piloting this program. Affirm has done something similar for a while with some of its longer term plans, but most of this is outside the traditional credit monitoring system.
Bankrate data shows buy now, pay later appeals to younger generations more than older ones. More than half of Gen Z and millennials said that they've used it. So why exactly do you think that is?
I think it's really because a lot of young adults are worried about debt. They may have a lot of student debt. They may be worried about piling on credit card debt, and rightfully so. The average credit card charges a record high 20.75%, and Americans have a record amount of credit card debt. I still love the idea of paying with credit as long as you can pay in full and avoid interest. That's when you get better rewards and better buyer protections. But if you have credit card debt or you don't have a lot of access to credit, I think that's one of the main reasons why young people are drawn to buy now, pay later.
And with overspending being a main concern here, how can people best avoid doing that?
You have to consider the total cost of ownership. So don't fall into this trap of only looking at the biweekly installments. You have to think about that total outlay. Consider that you may have multiple buy now, pay later plans running at the same time. And also look at the fine print. These interest rates vary tremendously. 4 interest-free payments over 6 weeks is a common structure across the industry, but sometimes these plans last much longer with or without interest. So be careful. I think the best way to use this is if you can partition a single large expense away from the rest of your finances. So you're not taking on credit card debt for that couch or TV or exercise bike. Try to get the longest, lowest interest rate plan. That's when buy now, pay later might work for you.
Some really useful tips there. Ted Rossman, Bankrate Senior Industry Analyst, thanks so much for your insight tonight.